When it comes to the boys' universe, one thing has always been certain. Nothing is ever as simple as it seems. Every twist in its connected world arrives when fans least expect it, and Episode 7 of Gen V Season 2 proves that truth once again. What started as a battle between students and a corrupt university figure takes a sharp and unsettling turn, reshaping everything the audience believed about the story's central antagonist. Since the first episode, Dean Cipher has been the shadowy puppet master of Godolkin University, a cunning manipulator pulling invisible strings to torment Marie Moreau and her allies. His calm menace and apparent omniscience made him a villain viewers love to hate. Yet, in a shocking revelation that flips the entire narrative, the latest episode exposes that Cipher is not who he seemed. The so-called mind-controlling Supe was never his own person. The reveal lands like an emotional explosion because it dismantles the foundation upon which the story has been built all season. Marie's mission, her sense of justice, and even the friendships she has formed are suddenly thrown into chaos. The episode opens with Marie determined to bring down Cipher once and for all. After enduring manipulation, betrayal, and constant danger, she finally devises a plan she believes can save everyone at Godolkin. Her strategy centers on an unlikely alliance. She seeks out Thomas Godolkin, the man everyone presumed dead or incapacitated, hoping he might possess the knowledge or power needed to defeat the Dean. It's a desperate gamble, trusting one devil to destroy another, but Marie has reached her breaking point. She can no longer stand by while Cipher destroys lives. The scene unfolds with tense urgency as she gathers her allies and sets out to locate Cipher's lair, where the truth begins to unfold. When Marie and her team arrive at Cipher's house, they're met with an eerie silence that immediately sets nerves on edge. Cipher is nowhere to be found, but the group stumbles upon a disturbing sight. Polarity, once one of the most powerful and confident Supes, now lies on the brink of death. His body trembles violently, his strength drained by a mysterious affliction that's been eating away at him for weeks. Seeing the mighty Polarity reduced to this fragile state shocks everyone, but Marie's compassion quickly overrides her fear. Without hesitation, she reaches for his hand, channeling her blood-based healing powers to purge the sickness from his system. The sequence is intimate and intense, her abilities surging with empathy, her eyes filled with pain and resolve. As Polarity's breathing steadies, the room fills with a fragile hope. Yet even in this moment of apparent triumph, the shadow of Cipher still looms large, and the group knows the battle is far from over. With Polarity restored, Marie and the others regroup to assess their next move. The puzzle pieces begin to fall into place when they realize Cipher has likely been keeping Thomas Godolkin imprisoned somewhere on campus, using him as leverage or as a source of information. Driven by equal parts curiosity and desperation, the group heads back to Godolkin University to find the missing man. The tension escalates as they split into two teams. Polarity, Sam, Greg, and Jordan stay behind to confront Cipher directly, while Marie and Kate make their way into the dark labyrinth beneath the university. Every corridor pulses with danger. Every echo feels like a warning. As they descend into the basement, the oppressive atmosphere mirrors the moral descent of the characters themselves, all of them walking the fine line between vengeance and salvation. Down in the basement, the truth literally waits in the shadows. Marie and Kate discover Thomas Godolkin locked away, frail and burned, his body barely clinging to life. The sight is heartbreaking yet unsettling. For years, this man has been a myth, the supposed visionary who built the institution that trained Supes for generations. Now he lies before them, reduced to a husk of his former self. Marie, ever hopeful despite her doubts, asks him a simple question. If she uses her powers to heal him, will he help them destroy Cipher? His weak but deliberate nod seems genuine, and in that moment, she chooses to trust him. Summoning all her strength, she heals his ravaged body, her blood energy intertwining with his ruined cells until color returns to his skin. The act feels redemptive, almost holy, until everything collapses in the most horrifying way imaginable. Upstairs, chaos reigns. Polarity, now rejuvenated, faces Cipher in a brutal confrontation that pushes both men to their limits. Their powers clash violently, sending shockwaves through the house. Just when Polarity gains the upper hand and prepares to deliver the killing blow, Cipher's demeanor changes. Desperation floods his face as he pleads for his life, gasping out the words that will change everything. "It's not me, it's Godolkin. He's in my head." The confession hits like a lightning strike. Cipher, or rather, the man everyone believed was Cipher, is revealed to be Doug Brightbill, an ordinary human whose body and mind were hijacked years ago by Thomas Godolkin. The supposed villain of the story turns out to be another victim, trapped within his own body as Godolkin manipulated the world through him. The moment is tragic and terrifying in equal. The revelation sends shockwaves through every character and forces the audience to reevaluate everything they thought they knew. Cipher's cruelty, his precision, even his strange flashes of humanity, all of it now makes sense. Doug Brightbill was merely a puppet, controlled by a master who had long since abandoned any trace of morality. The real monster, Thomas Godolkin, was never dead. He had been alive all along, surviving by feeding off another man's body and will. As soon as Marie's healing powers restore his strength, he wastes no time reclaiming control. Emerging from the basement, fully rejuvenated, Godolkin strides into the light with a chilling sense of authority. He doesn't speak of gratitude or peace. Instead, he delivers a ruthless decree. He will cleanse the world of weakness, starting with the Supes he deems unworthy. Within moments, he begins killing students and faculty alike, asserting his dominance with terrifying ease. The carnage that follows is pure chaos, underscoring how dangerous and unpredictable Godolkin has become. His powers, amplified by years of psychic manipulation, allow him to bend minds and bodies to his will. He commands a trembling student to strangle himself, just to prove his dominance. The horror in everyone's faces drives home the reality. This is no longer a battle against a corrupt dean. This is a war against an ancient, godlike being who sees himself as evolution's rightful heir. Marie, still reeling from the revelation that she inadvertently freed him, must now face the unbearable guilt of having unleashed the monster she meant to destroy. Her moral compass shatters as she realizes that her empathy, once her greatest strength, has become a weapon in the hands of evil. Meanwhile, the supporting characters each grapple with the fallout in their own ways. Kate struggles to reconcile her loyalty to Marie with the enormity of what's happened, while Polarity faces the haunting knowledge that he nearly killed an innocent man, Doug Brightbill, who was merely another pawn. Sam and Jordan, hardened by loss, vow to stop Godolkin, even if it means sacrificing themselves. The entire ensemble feels caught in a grim moral labyrinth where every choice leads to further ruin. Godolkin's return forces them to confront the central question at the heart of Gen 5. What separates a savior from a monster when both wield absolute power?